Good morning. Well, today is the last day of June, and I'm recording this in at Toronto, Canada. I just wanted to actually share Pillar of Fire and Pillar of Cloud this month. I take um, day of reflection each month, and I try to go through the whole month, what has happened, and I'm going to highlight some of the testimonies I have, and then maybe ask for prayer for next month in July. I just are finishing off my revival at Toronto. Gosh, yesterday was incredible. Um, but month of June began with a somber experience of sending my mentor, Pastor David Kwangshin Kim, um, to heaven. But as I share in my daily gospel, it was the most beautiful funeral. Wow, we really honor him. And now I'll be working on publishing a book for him. So there are GMI, EM, and some pastoral staff who are working together, formed a committee, and we'll be publishing book in honor of him. Um, June 5th, I was able to minister at the All Nation Mission Church. This is a church that Pastor Steve Kang began with a bunch of young people. It's all about passion for evangelism. And it was so interesting that I was able to go and actually meet up with a brother who planted church with us in South Central. And so he rode his motorcycle, I rode my motorcycle, and I thought it was really neat. Um, and then I had GBS News. This is GBS Broadcasting. I had to lead a 250-minute lecture through Zoom. They really want to know how I am publishing, especially through presenting it through YouTube. Remember the book that I wrote, The Art of Zen? I did 12-day motorcycle tour to Seattle and out of the daily gospel. It was transcribed and transcription was edited and was able to publish. So this GBS producers are in my shoes. They are producing weekly columns, weekly audio, video files, and they're asking how they could actually then do what I do. So it was really interesting. June 7th, my recording for Fuller Theological Seminary. I posted 2-minute message. I thought it was just whatever, nothing. But wow, Fuller Theological Seminary website made such a huge deal about many alumni that they had, um, and have them do 2 minute, because basically they're wanting to know what Fuller has done to their students. And the alumni letter was written, and I thought it was really well done. So then I visited SEED office. These are the missionary sending agency that started at East Coast by Pastor Yi Sang-wan, and he's now taken over by Pastor Park, and he's uh, the next leadership that has come to LA. They had a coffee shop, and so I thought, wow, why don't I visit? They gave me 4 different coffee to taste. It was fun. I really honor Pastor Park for taking leadership of SEED. I don't know what it stands for, but it's a missionary sending agency. Uh, June 12th, Sunday, I had privilege of ministering at Catalyst Church, and right now I am converting Kierkegaard's theology or Kierkegaard's philosophy into a sermon series, and because I am translating, I'm making a commentary on Kierkegaard's books. So this is one of that effort. Ephesians 6:16 talk about shield of faith. When Kierkegaard writes, Christian cause in need of no defense. It is not to serve by any defense. It is aggressive. He writes, Christianity is aggressive. And so that's what I did. I thought it was really neat. And it had a really favorable response. And then I did a revival meeting or leadership training through Zoom. Pastor Cephas is the one I met in Korea many decades ago. Eventually becomes very influential leader in Ghana, a city called Ho. And I was there 3 years ago leading a conference. They really like my teaching. They want to continue. And Lord provides, of course. Now through Zoom, we could do that. So it's sort of like annual teaching. And wow, it was a wonderful time doing that. The following Sunday, I was able to minister at New Life Oasis Church. This is a church that supported us for many, many years now. And this is a church my mom attended. Um, a wonderful, wonderful testimony of that is when they were trying to purchase the building and church was struggling financially. And my mom has been collecting love offering, mission offering for me. And then one day she, in tears, asked me to come, and I went, and she cried and said, "So Kwan, I've been saving $5,000 for your mission work." Whoa, that was. I thought I almost dropped my. Okay, and but Lord told her to give the offering to the church, the pastor. So she was struggling with that, and yet she obeyed and made the donation, and that really catapulted the church to start the building fund. And so testimonies that now I'm hearing from the senior pastor who testified that because in a way my mom was not the richest person in church and one of the poor widow giving 5,000 and everybody started volunteering and all the money millions were saved, and so now she kind of became a symbolic giver for the cause, and so she so the church has been supporting us, believe it or not, 6,000 a year for many years, and they're so grateful. So every time I'm in LA, I want to visit, and I would like to bless them with message, and so it's been wonderful. I then had now I'm then and then I have to come to Toronto for a revival, and while I arrived in Toronto, I led a revival for a Full Gospel Church, EM here. I just had a just marvelous run, and then just the other day, my goodness, I did 6 hour Zoom lecture. I don't know if you ever experienced 6 hour Zoom lecture that you have to actually do it. Because initially I thought it was 4 hours. I said, yes, yeah, I'm at Toronto, but I could probably do 4 hours. But it turns out I misread the number. They requested I do 3 hours in the morning, lunch break, 3 hours in the afternoon. And he was appropriately taught on the subject, Holy Spirit, God empowered mission. And I told them about Parakletos, and it was really fun teaching because these are the people, some of them I know, and now after this 40-day training, they'll be all sent off to the mission field. So this is, when people are serious about something, then they tend to be much better student than just getting, doing a class for a certificate program or doing it, and it's just part of the 4-year program, then they're more relaxed. But these are the people after 40 days, they'll be sent off to the different nations. So they were very, very right on, very intense. And I love that. But after that, 6-hour teaching, immediately I had to go to a church and do a revival. So it did take a toll on me. But yeah. And then while I was here, my children wrote and said, guess what, Mom, Dad, we finally put up that bookcase. I mean, a library. So this Father's Day, as a Father's Day gift, because I always told them that I want to own a library. They finally gave me a library, the world's smallest library. It's done by Amish people. And what they do is they give the whole structure and register it. So my smallest library is register number 147,777. And now I could, in front of my house is posted, and then I will be sharing a lot of my books and like National Geography after we're done. We don't want to trash it. We want other neighbors to actually read and enjoy. So I thought that was really neat, and it really was a fun project. Our children got involved, and then now I'm finishing finally this conference. I think it's got messed up here. Let me correct that. Now I am at Full Gospel EM Pastors and Pastors Kids Conference in Toronto. After actually arriving, and I realized, wait a minute, in the mid 90s, Jenny and we visited Toronto a few times to attend the Vineyard, Toronto Airport. It's called Toronto Airport Vineyard Church. That's where the fire broke out, Holy Spirit and revival broke out, and that was one of the biggest revival in history in our lifetime. And I said, I remember. And then I looked it up. From my hotel, it's like 1.9 kilo. That's like 1.2 miles. So hopefully when the sun comes up, no more rain, I'll walk and visit, or maybe tomorrow because I got tomorrow off. But so I thought it was very significant way of finishing. Especially I am in all gearing up to do new phase of my life as a missionary. June, I've been collecting my calendar as art form, and it's just very intense and wonderful time. And I actually, this month, I was able to assist Michelle to do two publishing of a poetry book in English. I thought it was so neat that I could do that. And I really want to help those who want to publish their books, especially poetry books. They'll be fantastic. July looks like from here, I'll be going to Chicago for two revival meetings, one in English and one in Korean. And then I have ongoing meetings. I'll be working on several books, including Pastor David Kim. I'll most likely finish the second part of First Corinthians and publish as a second part, and then publish as first and two together, about close to 500, more like 600 page commentary. July 8th, I'll be leading Genesis Dental Lab. It's a great Christian business that I've been doing chapel for their monthly chapel time to time. So I'll be there. I'll be leading young adult revival on July 9th, Saturday. And I'll be vacationing, going Cabo with my sister and brother-in-law, and it'll be really fun trip. While I'm there, I will actually have to lead a lecture at Korean Mission Quarterly Magazine lecture through Zoom. Most likely the teaching will be recorded, but then I have to do Q&A there. I would also have to be involved with some Zoom meetings, Standing Stone, something that I do regularly. But July 23rd, Epipodal Literature is our Poets Society, and they're going to have some literature award ceremony, which I and my sister's part of, which will be fun. Go to Korea and hold the meetings with HIPM, Joyful Church Friday, and then Sunday I have to preach in Pastor Kang's church in the morning and Solomon's Porch Church in the afternoon. So that will wrap up July nicely, and then we'll land in Cambodia prayerfully according to His will, August 1st. So that's what June and July looks like. Pray that I could continue with Daily Gospel faithfully. that I would not be distracted but focus. Every morning I've been spending 2-3 hours just studying the words and enjoying just God speaking to me through the text. So Lord bless you. I pray that I could see you tomorrow. I don't know whether it's Toronto or Chicago, but Lord bless you. Love you guys. Mwah.